Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the latest episode of The Pride Football Thoughts. My name is Bo. As ever, I am joined by my illustrious co-host, Clark. How are you doing? Good evening.
How's it going, man? I'm good. Bit of a busy day. I believe
Yeah,
you've had one as well, but we're
yeah,
here. We move. Chelsea
yeah,
lives on.
exactly.
Uh,
Yeah,
so how are you, mate? All good?
yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm not so bad. Obviously, life feels way better when your team are winning.
Oh
And
yes,
obviously, we are coming off the back of a three-game win streak, the
free
latest of which
baby. Come
I know, I
on.
can't believe it. It's unbelievable. The latest of which obviously was in the Premier League at Leicester,
Yes,
which was
sir.
a lovely, tasty, spicy 3-1 win. Obviously, we will discuss that fully. Yeah, looking forward to getting into it. I guess the first thing, to say as always is starting lineup. How did we feel about how we lined up?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It was okay. We sort of had the same sort of lineup from Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
A little bit. Let me just get it up here because I can't remember what it was exactly.
Yeah, no, I just
Uh,
realized, yeah, we
I
should have had
forgot
it
to
up
put it on
really.
the thing. Lineups. Um,
Here we go.
where are
Yeah,
we? Yeah,
so
so yeah, we had Koulibaly, Fofana, and Cucurella at the back, which I'm not
yeah,
mad about. Cucurella doing really well.
yeah,
Absolutely brilliant game again for the Leicester game. But yeah, I was all right with that one. Loftus Cheek on the right. Obviously, we couldn't have Reese because he was ill.
yeah,
Enzo, Kova, and Chile with Havertz, Mudryk, and Felix up front. Now it does say on the formations that Havertz was on the right, Mudryk in the middle, and
yeah,
Felix on the left, which
yeah,
I didn't know if that was going to be the case. But
yeah,
as we found out, it was sort of like a free flowing front three. It was
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
no one had a set position, and it was like just do what you want, just be in the area. Sort of,
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah,
was okay. You know what? And it went all right, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah. How did you think?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy about it. Obviously, I didn't expect the Cuckoo starting again at left centre back
Mm,
with obviously Chile being available. But obviously, he had such a good game, didn't he, against Dortmund, that
very.
it almost would have been harsh for him not to have played or to started really.
Yeah.
And actually, he repaid that favour by putting in a bit of a monster class, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Looking at the stats here, he put in 7 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 block shots, and 3 clearances. Played the full game, and he didn't get a yellow card. So yeah, not a bad performance from Mark again, who's clearly an uptick in his form. But yeah, no, starting lineup not bad. I'm really enjoying the Kovacic Enzo partnership in the middle. I feel that's come
Yeah.
together really nicely.
Yeah.
Um, Interested to see if how Conte might fit into that at some point, but that's not for now. And yeah, no, happy to see Mudryk starting, obviously,
Yeah.
with
Very happy.
Joao and Kai. And just looking at the heat maps here,
Yeah.
and actually, to be fair, although they definitely did spread about the pitch, there's definitely Kai was definitely a lot more on the right,
Oh.
and Joao definitely held the left a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mikhailo was actually just kind of all over the place. He actually picked up quite a lot of space up at the right as well. So definitely, yeah, quite a fluid front three lineup, and Mudryk playing a role I did not expect to see.
No,
Um,
but you know what? Refreshing. You know,
yeah,
quite quite,
literally,
quite refreshing.
yeah,
To put him in the middle instead of Havertz. We're so used to having
yeah,
Havertz a little bit more forward than the other two. But you know what?
yeah,
To put them all in line, we're going with a 3-4-3, and it's you know what? I don't know. Open to I, d- I don't know, open to like see what you can do. That's it. Like,
yeah, yeah.
see what throw him in the middle, see what happens. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, no, for
I
sure. I
mean,
mean, Kai had a really good game,
very
and
good game
Joao
again.
actually had
Yeah,
a pretty good first half. We'll talk about why he didn't have a second half in a bit, I'm sure.
yeah,
And yeah, although Mudryk wasn't amazing, I actually think he grew into the game. Like as the game continued, he looked more and more at home, and he was dropping in, deep into midfield at points and popping the ball
yeah.
off, and obviously his amazing speed,
Oh yeah, Jesus
and
Christ.
goal. But again, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
Well, I say goal, it wasn't actually a goal, but it was
it
spiritually.
was.
Um, yeah, and obviously, lucky for him, he beat the 007 allegations. So no 007 for Mudryk.
No,
I
no.
don't know if you saw that
I
on
did.
Twitter. I was following that with great interest because it was quite funny. To be fair, some of the memes that were going around. But yeah, he did. He did eventually manage to get his assist later on, which was good. But yeah, obviously, so yeah, we started off quite nice
Yeah.
and quite lovely, but we have to say it now. Leicester were putting like hatchet job today.
Yeah.
They were absolutely like they were out to injure players, and I've never seen like such an obvious collection of like terrible
Oh,
fouls.
mate,
Oh,
honestly, like both
some of them was
halves as
like
well.
GBH.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah, it
GBH on the
was.
pitch, man. It was illegal, some of it. And obviously, the first one and the major one we have to talk about is Pereira's tackle
Yeah,
on Joao Felix, which is
yeah.
so early on. It was like 2 minutes
Ridiculous.
in.
Ridiculous. And how the hell did he not get a bloody card? Not even a yellow. Not even a
Oh,
yellow.
I
He could have
just
snapped his bloody foot in half.
it,
It was
it, it was a
so
terrible
it
tackle.
was so
Yeah, I
like
was there. I saw the
unnecessary, man.
yeah, 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 no, for sure. Like I saw the footage and I was like the Drogba meme. I was like, it's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. I just and the mad thing is as well, right? Andre Mariner was the VAR assistant for
Yeah,
this game. Didn't send him off. He was also the VAR assistant in the next day for the Man United game,
yeah,
where he sent Casemiro off for not a similar-ish tackle, or at least the boot in a similar
yeah.
place. And a lot of people were saying that the Casemiro one wasn't a red card. So it's just again like where we say it, don't we? Week after week, consistency.
Where is it?
Making the right decisions,
Yeah,
protecting players from terrible tackles.
there is none.
And yeah,
I
time after
feel
time we
I
get
feel
let down.
like with that Felix tackle, it's so early on in the game. Do you think because it was so early on, he was like, you know what, let it slide sort of thing. It's just the getting used to it. But as we saw as the game bloody progressed, it wasn't just the first time tackle.
No,
It
yeah,
happened
exactly,
over and
exactly.
over and over
Yeah,
again, and it
yeah,
really, really sorry, but it pissed me off because
yeah.
these
No,
are our players, man. Like these, like it's make or break players, really. Felix is so bloody good as well. Especially with like Enzo and stuff like that, and they were all getting these fouls, and I was
yeah.
like, has Leicester actually got a tackle coach or something like, or I don't know, man, but he needs to do a better job if he does. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, these are professional players. They're going
Yeah,
in very late tackles, and like a common sense, man. Where is the common sense? Like, that they're going to be kicking the ball. They're not going to
yeah,
stand there and let you tackle them. So, like, why
yeah,
are you following through with this studs literally into the bloody calf and just above the ankle of these players? And it's not even where the shin pad is either. It's like on the side. So that's damage. It's actual damage. And
yeah.
I'm sorry, but the one that I need to talk about was ridiculous. Havertz getting kicked in the chest.
Oh yeah, by Amati.
What
I know.
what was that?
I know. And then to see him obviously, pull up
Yeah,
his
he put
shirt and
it.
show the
Oh
ref
my
like, look at
god!
the state of this.
Yeah,
Like bloody stud marks all down his
yeah,
chest. It reminds me of the one in the World Cup final, was it? Holland versus Spain all them years ago. Nigel de Jong used to play for Man City.
mm.
Absolutely clarted Xabi Alonso in midfield. In an unbelievable karate kick to the
Yeah.
chest. I actually don't remember if he got sent off either,
Oh,
but
it's
if he wasn't, he
ridiculous. You know
deserved to
what?
be.
It's
So
it's
yeah,
like I
no,
was
it,
watching
it was
Karate
crazy.
Kid all over again. It
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
where's
it
Mr.
was just
Miyagi somewhere?
I
Like,
know,
Jesus
wax on, wax
Christ.
off. Not good, not good. And just hey, Premier League referees doing what Premier League referees
Yeah.
do, let you down week
Yeah,
after
you
week.
know what, Bo? While we're on the situation of actually getting Leicester right for
Yeah,
all the wrong they've done, I want to have a go at the crowd as well because I think it's
yeah.
absolutely childish that you're booing ex players,
Oh, yeah.
right?
The Fafana and
And
Chilwell hate. Yeah,
Fafana
yeah,
and
yeah,
Chilwell, and by the way, Chilwell scored, so up yours, and
yeah.
Fafana nearly scored, so again up yours. But like, it's just I couldn't get over it. It was like from the second they started until probably like half an hour in, I think people started to get bored of it. But
Yeah,
you know what? It was just like, why are you so petty? Like, it's not like they've just left either. It's like it's been, I think Fafana was last summer, and Chilwell's like 2 or 3 years now. So it's like, or two,
yeah,
is it
yeah. It's
two
been
years,
ages.
3 years?
Chilwell was like the Lampard,
No,
wasn't
no,
it?
it was
Lampard's
like,
first season.
what
It
the
was
fuck?
a fucking
I'm like,
time
why
ago.
are you fucking booing us? We've had about bloody like probably 7 or 8 games against you.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
can
yeah.
you still have this like resentment just because he's better than your whole team combined? But
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's pretty cringe, isn't it? Like, yeah,
oh, it's
nobody
so
nobody likes to
cringe.
see it because the Chilwell one I really don't understand. But maybe Fafana I get a bit, but because it's so recent.
Yeah,
But really,
How can you
Uh,
call them
it's not
snakes?
like they did anything wrong.
No.
Like they both got signed for massive amounts. Like what
Yeah.
was it, 50 mil for
Yeah.
Chilwell, 70 odd
Yeah.
mil for Fofana. So they made a lot of money for their
Exactly.
clubs.
Yeah.
They never
You're
said anything
welcome,
bad about their
actually,
clubs.
Leicester.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
exactly.
welcome
You're
because
welcome.
we
It
actually
was
propped you up on that. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fucking knobheads.
So yeah, no, yeah, and I think also like a thing that that I find about Chelsea, I don't ever really remember us booing ex players too much. I feel like we're
Not
always really
ex
respectful of ex
players.
players.
Not ex
Not like
players.
this. I mean, the one I think who got it worse was maybe Courtois, just
Oh,
the way that he went.
yeah, maybe. I would say Alonso.
Lukaku, I imagine as well.
I'd say
Um,
Alonso, but what I would say is not when he was an ex-player, obviously, but when he was actually at the club, he got booed quite a lot by us because of what's happened in the past.
oh, do you reckon that was our own fans? Do you who
It,
used to boo him for that?
I think it. I mean, it was every game, bruv. So
Yeah,
it was
okay.
probably a
Well, I don't know.
section, maybe a
I
section
remember.
of
Yeah,
fans or something.
yeah.
But
I remember rival fans.
oh yeah, rival fans, yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just it was way too much, even like against these teams, like in Europe, and he was still getting
Mm,
booed, and you're like
mm.
that, like they won't even probably know about that, like what's happened or whatever.
Yeah, I never
Just
liked it. Well, not
I,
I never liked him,
I
but after the first season, I got annoyed at how slow he was.
yeah,
But
same.
obviously, he was clutch and he did score some good goals for
He
us.
did, he did.
Talking of good goals, Ben Chilwell, Chilly B himself, with a fantastic volley at 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
nice and early into the game, which
Oh
we
yeah.
which we love to see because it really helps us set our stall out
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
and
yeah.
get comfortable for the rest of the game. Lovely bit of skill by Koulibaly to do the
Oh
kind of
yeah.
reverse step over,
Yeah. What was going on
go past
there?
his man a bit, and then loft the ball to the back post, and then that exquisite first time volley caught Danny Ward off completely
Yeah.
unawares. I mean, he's a shit goalkeeper, it's clear to see, but but even still, what a hit! Like a really hard thing to do, and then for Chilly B to go over to the crowd as well, put
Oh,
his hands, but cup his hands
incredible.
like a Jamie
Yeah,
Vardy
yeah, yeah.
celebration, just
Yeah.
shithousing it.
I
Um,
loved it. I loved the shit
Chilly
housery.
B, I think he is going up in my estimations big time. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, yeah.
I always thought he was a good player, but I was always a bit unsure about us spending that much money on a left wing back.
Yeah.
But it's clear every time he comes back into the team, we are transformed
Oh
down that
yeah,
left hand
yeah,
side.
it's ridiculous. Like it's night and day. That's how much
Yeah,
it changes, and you get the attack option with him, and he's brilliant in defense as well. As you can
yeah,
see, the attack was. I mean, I didn't even expect the goal. It literally just came out of nowhere. Like he's just hit it. And I went, he's hit it. What's just happened?
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely ridiculous goal. And what a pass from Koulibaly as well. To be honest,
yeah.
for a centre back. But yeah, no, I fully agree, and I think he's coming back into his prime. We said this a couple games ago, or was it the Borussia Dortmund game? We said he's coming back into his prime. I think he's there. I think he's like probably
Seems like it.
probably like 96% there, and
Yeah,
he is just a baller,
yeah, yeah.
absolute
Proper. Yeah,
baller. And yeah, I had the same sort of doubts as you when we first signed him. But all them doubts are gone, man. All them doubts are gone.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
just class. And you know what? He's a nice dude as well. Like he's just our like he's just one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
lads. And
Yeah, no, yeah. He
he
seems like a good guy,
like on
definitely.
Instagram and stuff like that. He's posting like the what's it called, the kit stuff and all that, just having a laugh, making
Yeah, yeah,
pancakes on pancake day and all that. And I'm like, I love all that, man. I love all that.
yeah, yeah.
And then he's absolutely fantastic on the pitch, which you can't really ask for more. So
No, you can't. No, it
um,
helps. It helps.
for a left wing back to get a goal like that is unreal.
Yeah.
And especially as he was on the right. So
Yeah, yeah, literally just randomly on the right for some reason.
so, you know what? Phenomenal goal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, well, yeah, good play to him. And we actually, kind of continued that good goal scoring
Yeah,
form, didn't we? Because we actually had a couple that got ruled out
we did.
in the
Yeah,
first half,
yeah.
which was a shame. And
Felix with an amazing
poor old
shot.
Felix. I
Yeah,
know, I know.
brilliant.
I feel
So
terrible
bad.
for the lad. I
So
mean,
bad.
obviously it was offside, so
Yeah.
what can you do? But it's just he's almost got like the Werner gene about him a bit because like he's
Ooh.
having good games, isn't it, and putting
Yeah.
in good performances,
Yeah.
and scoring goals. But every time he scores a goal, it's a
It's
VAR. It calls
offside.
off or
Yeah.
offside,
Yeah.
which
It
happened,
was,
especially in that
mate,
second
it was
season for
so
Werner.
tight as well. So
I
tight. Like
know, I
with
know,
Werner, it was like, he was a mile offside. But with Felix, he's like
I know.
like it's a toenail, It's
Yeah, yeah,
ridiculous. But
yeah,
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 no, he's absolutely fantastic. And I felt, as you did, I felt absolutely terrible for him because he got
yeah,
absolutely chopped down twice in the first half. Carried
yeah,
on,
yeah,
bless him, because he was literally on the floor. You could see that he was in pain. The medical staff
yeah,
came over and he was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna play on, sort of thing. Got up, done
yeah,
his job, and I was, you know what? If he got that goal, I would have been made up because it's like you
yeah.
just chopped me down, thinking you're hard, but watch this in the back of your net, but
Yeah,
unfortunately, yeah, it was offside, and you know what?
yeah,
I, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? It's what it
yeah.
is, what it is. But
It is what it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
these things happen.
absolutely great performance by Felix. And then we had Daka coming in with the really good equaliser. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't bad at all. You know, yeah. How do you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, so this was kind of like definitely a period of like Leicester dominance. They actually did have quite a lot of good moments in the
Yeah,
game
yeah, yeah.
overall. It's actually more of although the scoreline makes it sound like we, kind of ran away with
Dominated.
it,
Yeah,
we really didn't. Like, actually, Leicester put us in some really hairy moments, especially in the second half. We'll
yeah.
talk more about that in a bit. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a lovely goal. I mean, like, the interplay with him. Can't remember who he interplayed with, but obviously, yeah. So he picked it up kind of outside the box, and then he's kind of, it is a lovely strike. He hit it really clean and true, and it was a lot of power
It
behind
was
it. But
Pereira.
Pereira, oh,
That's
okay,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
Pereira makes sense. But for me, again, I'm Kepa's biggest critic, and I
yeah,
can't help it.
yeah.
But it's another long range effort that Kepa fails to keep
It
out,
is, but you
and
got to
he does it
remember how
game after
many
game after game,
how many saved. So it's like it's
game
one
after
of
game.
those, he made quite a good. I think he made quite good saves in the game, especially in the first half. Good saves. But the thing is, why is he getting forced to save against Leicester? So we've got to be looking at our defence for that and
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
what's going on? Why are we having our keeper make these? I mean, he let one in. Okay, fair enough. And he's not the best. Obviously, he's not bloody, absolutely amazing. But
no, it's not
his
Alistair.
quality for this time of like for this little spell that he's on, his quality for what he is, and
Yeah.
he makes some incredible saves. But again, you got to be asking the defense, why are we forcing our goalkeeper to make saves against Leicester?
Yeah, sure. So he made 5 overall,
Hmm.
and he could have made more because Leicester had some really good shots that they blocked somehow.
Yeah, I think a
Um,
couple off the post as well, I believe, or
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
one,
Oh, yeah,
at
of
least
course, yeah, they
one.
did hit the post.
Yeah,
Yeah, they hit the crossbar, didn't they, in the
yeah,
first half? Yeah, that was a good effort. It kind of like deflected, didn't it,
yeah,
and rolled off. So yeah, I mean, really, like the kind of the story of the half was, as you said, there were some good saves by Kepa.
yeah.
I personally felt like it maybe could have done. Maybe no, that's not fair. Actually, maybe a really good keeper might have saved the Daka thing.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
having said that, it was a really good goal,
It
so you
was,
can't
yeah,
you can't shut on him too much. And then they had some yeah, as we said, hit the crossbar. They had some really good moments. And the game was kind of 1-1, and it was coming towards obviously the end of the first
yeah,
half.
yeah. I know what's coming.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, so we felt quite dejected in a way. It was like, oh, it's a
We
shame.
did,
Like, I felt like we had some good moments,
yeah.
and we scored some goals that didn't count. Having said that, just before the half kind of concludes,
The magician.
the magician, the silky German himself, floats one over Danny Ward. There's a fantastic picture of Danny Ward, kind of looking over his shoulder as the ball careers over him.
I love that.
After a lovely, an unbelievable, delicious, just
Majestic.
sweet, creamy loft
Oof.
pass from Enzo, which is just,
Is
chef's
it-
kiss. Delicious moment of football, and it's exactly why you spend, yeah, fantastic. It's exactly why you spend the cash on a
Yeah,
player like that,
yeah.
a young, dare I say, generational talent in the midfield who pulls out an absolute peach of a pass, finds Havertz
Oh,
onside, hallelujah, who
incredible.
also puts together a
Yeah,
fantastic finish, which obviously puts us in at the half 2-1 up. And maybe not entirely deserved, but
we'll
if you
take it.
again, as we say in it quite a lot, put ballers around ballers, and they're
I
going to
know, good
ball, and they're
ball,
going to
innit?
they're going to pull moments out.
That's what it is. Mm,
So I think we've had a lot of bad luck
yeah,
over a lot of the season, and it is nice to have a bit of good luck, like a
Just a
pass go
little
through,
tad
a
of
little
luck,
tad, yeah.
I'll take that. And Enzo, what a phenomenal baller, man!
What a
Like,
player. I mean, he had a great game
oh,
as well. He had another great game.
like with Felix's first goal as well, when he
Yeah.
that little chip again, exactly
Yeah, yeah,
sort of same
yeah,
thing, chip
yeah,
over right in front of the player.
yeah, yeah,
Incredible, incredible. Like
yeah,
you can't. There's no better ball. Like that's it. Like it
yeah,
was either that or nothing. And
yeah, yeah,
just came out. Havertz has actually tried to do that little chip over a couple times throughout the season. And this one actually, he's done it. So
yeah.
you know
Pulled it
what?
off.
Credit to him as well. Absolutely
Yeah,
phenomenal little link up there.
yeah.
And I can't praise Enzo enough, man. He's an absolute baller, and I love him. Absolutely
Yeah,
love him.
no, me too. Yeah, like there's nothing more you want to see from a big big money signing,
Yeah,
than they come in, they fit right in the squad,
yeah,
and they start showing what they can do straight away. And they
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Like, there's no obviously Mudrik's had a strange period.
Yeah.
What's it? Madueke's been in and out a bit.
Mm.
And other players haven't quite hit the ground running. Different positions in different contexts,
Yeah.
but obviously, and Enzo being the most expensive player, he has to play straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
But he hasn't seemed to struggle. Maybe he's had a few games where he's looked a bit, I don't know, a bit tired, or really physical squads have maybe kind of dribbled past him a bit more than we might like. But
Yeah.
his passing output and his creativity is something that we just weren't getting before. And when it was Kovacic and Jorginho together
Yeah.
in the midfield, they were quite stable and run of the mill, but they never really produced anything. And I think having Enzo in there, as he just his passing is fantastic,
It's
and he
just
just gets a
incredible.
little bit more. He gets a little bit more out of Kovacic, and I think Kovacic gets a little bit more out of
Yeah, I
him.
like it. I like it.
Um,
Little link ups.
and it's just creating like really dangerous situations for our
Yeah.
players who generally are pretty good at making good runs.
Oh yeah, you know what? Just to add to that, by the way, do you know with the saying like Mudryk maybe not like fitting in as well as he should, you got to take it into consideration of how much stuff is going on in his life, his
Yeah,
country and everything like that. So you got to
I think
give
we
him
said
the
that last week,
benefit,
didn't we?
yeah, the benefit of the doubt there as well. But I think Enzo and Felix had literally just slide right in. They're
Yeah,
having a laugh with everyone. Little link ups, bloody here, there, and everywhere. And
yeah,
you know what? I bloody love it. But you know what?
yeah.
Talking
It's
about
great.
Enzo,
Yeah,
he received, and him, Enzo and Mudryk received very bad tackles in the first part of the second half. So
hmm,
again, Leicester, where's your tackling coach, mate? What
yeah,
is going on there? Again, you know what? Identical tackles to what happened in the first half on
yeah,
Felix. Identical. Was it the
yeah.
same player? I can't remember.
So who do they have? So obviously they had Amartis, Harry Sutter, and Wout Feisch. The yellow cards they actually only got one. They only got Ricardo Pereira and Wout Feisch are
Yeah,
the only players who got yellows for them. So I think it would have been Mendy. It might have been Mendy or Amati. It might
yeah.
have been the same player. Yeah.
But
In that kind of
absolutely
area of the pitch.
disgrace. Honestly, what a disgrace. Like, these are our top quality players, and you know that they're going to be targeting them anyway for like marking and everything like that. And then,
Yeah.
it's only a Premier League game. We're both mid table. I mean, are they,
True.
are,
Yeah. True.
is Leicester,
They're
whereabouts is Leicester?
15th. They're
15th.
15th.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
not in the bloody relegation zone yet. And we're both mid table, and you're acting like it's a bloody Champions League final. Like,
Yeah, I
why are
mean, what I
you?
would say, Leicester actually, sorry, they're 16th now
Oh,
after
right,
they
okay.
were 15th at the time, but 16th. But to be fair, they are only, I mean, they are literally our level on points with West Ham and Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth are 18th in the
Oh,
relegation
right,
battle. So
okay.
yeah, so maybe to them they're like, right, we've got to really scrap and fight our
Yeah,
way out of
yeah.
a relegation battle
And
because they are. I
just
don't,
didn't
I
happen.
don't know how, but yeah, clearly, it wasn't enough. You can't just fucking kill players on the
No,
pitch and get
exactly.
out of the
You just
relegation.
you can't do
Doesn't work
that.
like
It
that.
doesn't work like that. But you know
No,
what?
it doesn't.
You know what? I'm gonna praise Enzo again. I know that this is gonna be a bit of an
Yeah,
Enzo fest, but you know what? His tackle on Madison just
yeah,
after
yeah,
he's just had that bad tackle on him, just to give
yeah,
us
yeah,
some of their own medicine, and I loved it. Absolutely, I was like, the
yeah,
shithousery is amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Obviously,
Well,
it
it's
gave
it's
away a free kick in dangerous place. Sorry, go on.
no, no, we'll allow it. We love it. No, no, it's that South American got that dog in
We
him.
got a
You know what I mean?
dog.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he's got that dog in him. Like he doesn't want to just take the the battering all game.
yeah.
We all yeah. So think about famous South American players, like
Exactly.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Just a lot of them are quite
It's
nuts,
like
and they will
if you're
just
gonna do it to me, you're gonna get it
yeah,
twice as hard back if I do
yeah,
it, you know?
exactly, yeah,
And don't
exactly,
make me
yeah.
bite you, you know?
There's always a risk that we won't bite you.
Okay, so moving on with the second half, we had Chile coming off for Pulisic,
Yeah,
which you know what, a Chile very good game, a great game, first half amazing game, and I think he came off around about 16 minutes, I want to say, around about then anyway, and for most of that second half he was in, I didn't really see him about. He sort of went missing a little bit in the second half. Maybe that's because the ball wasn't over in his location that much. I'm not too
mm,
sure, but I
mhm,
just I didn't feel his presence at all, like on that field for the second half. But it can't
mhm,
take away from the first half, where absolute blinder of a game and an absolute banging goal. So
mhm.
props to Chile for that. He came off for Pulisic, which Pulisic really didn't do much as usual. So that was that. Uh, you had Ruben Loftus-Cheek coming off for Chalobah, which was
Yeah,
refreshing to see Chalobah coming on. Um,
yeah,
Ruben Loftus-Cheek actually didn't have a bad game at all. I saw him doing a
yeah.
good few impressive runs, and he's impressing me these last few outings.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's looked very like strangely comfortable in that position.
Yeah,
I
very.
remember him playing. I remember him playing as like a right mid quite a lot at Crystal Palace when he was on loan there.
Yeah,
And he didn't exactly like pull up trees in that season, but clearly it's given him some kind of positional awareness and he understands maybe how to play on the touchline a bit more.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, like some of his tackling and as you said, like running and passing and like
yeah.
general defensive work, it has been quite
It's
surprising because
yeah, it's
I
been
always thought of him as a bit of a liability defensively,
same,
but no,
same.
he's looked quite assured and quite
Yeah,
good. And it's actually quite nice to know that we've got a replacement ready, a somewhat replacement there instead of Aspi, who every
yeah.
time he plays right wing back just looks like he can't hack
He
that
can't
physicality.
anymore. Bless him, but you know what?
Yeah,
He's just not fast enough these days, and all these
yeah,
young guns. And I think
the whippersnappers.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek has got the power, the not power, sorry, the strength for it as well. He
Yeah,
just knocks people off. He's a big lad. But you know what? He's been doing great runs as well. Like I think he's learned a lot from Kova.
hmm,
Just running forward, getting that ball up the bloody field. Because once it's up the field, you can do something with it. Doesn't matter if you're on your own or if you got backup. Literally get that
yeah,
ball up the field and people will follow you. Like it's
yeah.
sort of. And I think he's learned. I think he's learning quite a lot. Like from Kova for that. I might be wrong, but that's the way I see it anyway.
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, very impressive. Then we had the majestic, absolute unicorn of a bloody
Yeah,
goal from
yeah,
Kovacic.
yeah.
How incredible was that?
What a blinder. I mean, Kovacic is getting famous for like every time he scores, he only scores bangers.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do shit goals, does he? Like he doesn't score often,
There's no
but
tap-ins, bro.
when he does, he scores bangers. Like that's the second scissor kick volley he scored for us now. I mean, the
Yeah.
one at Liverpool last season was
Yeah.
better, but I mean, this whole move was great because once again, um it was Enzo picked up
Yep.
in midfield, played a fantastic first time outside of the boot, like Trivella ball,
As you do.
that bent, yeah, as you do, that bent around Fage, and found Havertz's run, which
Yep.
was pucker, and then Havertz, obviously cut it back in, chopped it over to Mudryk,
Yep.
who I actually don't know if he meant it,
He did.
but
He
it came
did.
off.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
he did because I thought this as well. So I rewatched it and I was like, did he actually mean to go to Kova? Because
yeah,
I did. You did like the angle was different though. So he definitely meant to pull it in the box. Whether it was meant to go
sure,
to Kova himself,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm not too
yeah.
sure. But you could definitely see he wasn't going to go for goal.
That was
Yeah,
his intention was definitely to put it in a good place,
yeah,
and obviously he did that, and then but it was still quite high and
it
looping, but
was.
Kovacic just came onto it like under pressure and thought, do you know what? The only way for me to score this scissor kick, mate, he just like
As you
leaps in the
do.
air,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just
scissor
like
kicks it,
the only
fantastic,
way
like
I've got to
just
do this.
exactly like so techie, man. So just a fantastic goal all around, and really punctuated a game of
Yeah,
great goals for us, to be
yeah.
honest, which actually shows in the general XG because um, Leicester actually had quite a significantly better XG than us
Wow.
by the end of the game. Yeah, they did, which you wouldn't think, obviously based on the scores, but their XG. Where is it? I just had it a second ago. Now I've lost it again. Oh no. They had, here we go. They had a 2.52 expected goals ratio, and
Oh
we had a
wow.
1.57.
Oh Jesus.
So obviously shows like, and normally in
XG's a
our kind of
myth.
patch of, yeah, well, somewhat, but like in our run of bad form, we had higher XG than most teams we were playing. So
Yeah.
it's weird how it inverted, and then
It's
we
yeah,
scored three.
yeah, weird that is,
So it
yeah.
goes to show that XG isn't obviously the be all and end all, but it is can be a useful metric. Obviously, I don't know if you remember, they had a really good chance with Kieran Dewsbury Hall at one point in the
Yeah.
second half,
Yeah.
which I don't know how he fluffed it, but the
It
ball kind
was
of came perfectly to him,
ridiculous. It
and he
was
got it
so
caught
bad.
under his foot, didn't he? And he kind of
Yeah.
rolled it.
Yeah.
It was very
It
strange.
was under his most like his what's it called? You know, was it his left foot or right foot? I don't know.
Right, I think it was his. I think it was his right. Oh, I can't remember, left or right. I
I
can't
know that
remember, but
it was his prominent one. So like it
yeah,
wasn't like
okay,
his
right. So
weak
yeah,
foot.
in theory, yeah,
It was
he had a
like
great
what
opportunity
happened?
after. Yeah, it was a strange punch out, wasn't it, by Kepa? Unfortunately, he's not the best. He needs to up his punching game. Definitely, he needs to
Yeah.
get in the gym and do some bicep curls or something,
Yeah.
or some shoulder presses.
Yeah. I could
But yeah,
teach you
no,
that.
but yeah, his weak punching again kind of, yeah, led to that chance. But yeah, Dewsbury Hall fluffed it, and I think basically what I'm trying to say is that although obviously we had a much better game than we have done in terms of result, and scoring 3 goals is great for us.
Yeah.
Um, we were quite lucky. We were quite lucky, and obviously, Wout Fage getting sent off at the end for again
Yeah.
another daft tackle, idiot, looking daft with his big barnet. Only Cucurella is allowed to have a big barnet
I
like that
know,
and get
yeah.
away with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. Obviously, kind of bringing into the end of the game,
Yeah.
some good performances, but
Yeah.
I think actually maybe the goals may have masked a performance that wasn't all there for us.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
maybe we deserve it. Maybe we deserve a win
We
after,
deserve a little
obviously
bit of luck.
some bad luck.
We
Yeah,
deserve a little bit of luck after this season of absolute fucking misery.
yeah,
I think having that just a little bit of luck, man, sprinkled in there, I'll take some of that. A lot
yeah,
of other teams have had a lot of luck against us, so it
yeah,
swings and roundabouts with that. I just want to touch on. We forgot to mention Felix coming off half time, as we said, but
yeah.
Gallagher came on for him, which I thought maybe that's not going
Of
to
course.
have the
Yeah,
same pace, or I don't know, because Felix was really controlling that first half. He was all everywhere.
yeah,
Gallagher, absolute brilliant game. Came on defensively. I could talk all day. Defensively, I think he was absolutely blinding. And then
yeah,
had
yeah,
a little bit of attacking sprinkle in there as well. I was thoroughly impressed.
yeah. No, definitely. He again, like maybe we were. Oh, we've got so frustrated about Potter recently.
Yeah,
Obviously, as things have gone on, but
everything's blinded us.
yeah, in a
Yeah,
way, but maybe his kind of management, obviously, like when Gallagher was coming on earlier on in the season, he was running around like a headless chicken,
yeah,
just
yeah,
doing
yeah,
mad shit, just running for the sake of it. But like the way he came on in this game, he came on, he looked very assured and like, yeah, you belong at a level like this.
yeah, yeah.
If you can like, he literally just came on, had a very impactful
Yeah,
game, basically,
it
and
was lovely to see, and
without it being like goal scoring
yeah.
impact, but just being like a really solid, dependable member of the squad.
Oh, definitely, and I think maybe even Felix said to him at half time, I'm not feeling 100%. Maybe someone's had a word with him and said, can you take over Felix? Or Felix has said to him, I want Connor to take over, and it's given him
Yeah.
that little bit of, yeah, I can take over. Let's do this. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
going
yeah,
for
yeah,
it. So,
yeah,
yeah, absolute quality game from Gallagher, and he continues to impress me week in week out. Like when he comes on,
yeah.
absolute super sub with a lot of energy.
So much energy,
And
too much
it's
is suspicious.
yeah, yeah. Hey, don't say that, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we got Havertz looking good again. All game was quality. He just not fast enough for these pushes that some people are doing. Obviously, Enzo's pass absolute quality, and I think that's more Enzo than Havertz getting on it. I think
Sure.
Enzo just reading the game perfectly as he does. I
As he
think
does.
Havertz just not fast enough for a number 9, as Tuchel, was it Tuchel? I think it was Tuchel used to say he's a 9.5. So
Yeah, exactly.
he's
Yeah.
just he's just You know what? We'll go on to Man City, right? But looking at Haaland last night compared to Havertz, you can tell the difference. There's no instinct from Havertz. There's no instinct at all to run onto these crosses, to run onto these shots that might be deflected. It's always off the off chance, like, oh, it might come off the post, and
Sure.
he just never thinks of that. So he sort of slows down. The ball's hit the post. He's like, okay, sorry, like he has to rush to it.
Hmm.
But you know what? He's doing well. Very good game again. Very good game against Borussia Dortmund. Very good game against Leeds. So it's like
Yeah.
he's not doing
Yeah,
bad.
it's clear. Yeah, it's clear his general positioning with this like three back
I liked
formation
it. I
is
liked
clearly
it.
it's clearly working for him
Yeah,
because yeah, as I said, I was checking the heat map and he's spending actually a lot more time kind of out towards the right, and
yeah.
as a left foot, obviously that must really help him because he can kind of drift in.
Mm,
As I said before, when he was at Leverkusen, when he
yeah,
was coming up, his whole thing was arriving late in the boxes with
yeah,
nice heading and touches and scoring a decent amount of goals,
yeah.
and so. Yeah, I know what you mean. There are occasions where like he seems to really lack a goal scoring instinct,
I've,
and
yeah.
definitely when you look at what Haaland did yesterday, I couldn't believe it when I was watching the highlights. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. His
Ridiculous.
instinct to be always in the right place at the
Yeah,
right time,
is
and
mental.
then not only that, but to have the power to just finish
the
like
the power, the technique, the
yeah, just
precision,
smashing the ball.
the
Yeah, I know,
everything. Like
just
it's just
tucking.
ridiculous. And
He's an
Havertz
unbelievable
just hasn't
player.
got it. And I saw in a Havertz interview, and he said this new formation that they're playing, this more of a free flowing role in the front. Sorry, in the
Mm,
top end of the pitch. He said it allows him to come deeper a little bit, and that's where he plays. He plays a
yeah,
little bit deeper. So he was very happy with that, and I think it's
yeah,
showing quite a lot.
yeah,
Um, Obviously, we went over Kepper. Amazing saves under pressure. But the thing is, why are we putting him under pressure? That's what I want to ask.
sure.
Would we have benefited from more of a Badiashile there? I don't know. But Fafana and Koulibaly arguably didn't have a bad game. So
Mm,
maybe it's a sort of a squad thing that we got to worry about. Um, maybe it's just this. We're getting the attack down first, which obviously we're scoring goals now, and then the defense
mm,
comes later. I don't know how it's working, but yeah. Again, Kepa, I can't really say a bad word about him. The goal went in. I mean, we scored three, so it is what it is, sort of thing. I don't think he's doing bad. Uh, but as I was saying with the attack and everything, you can really see Potter. And again, I said this on my reaction. You can see a little bit of sprout of a little flower coming up now. You can see
yeah,
Potter's influence on the team
yeah.
and how the character and players are changing and how they're developing together as a squad instead of individually. How do you feel?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there definitely seems to be, yeah, a lot more of a squad feel in like when we actually are on the pitch, we definitely look way more organized
Oh,
and
definitely.
like actually, yeah, together
Yeah,
as a unit, which is nice. And obviously, as we know, if all that thing that takes time to develop that,
yeah.
obviously, I think most Chelsea fans would agree that it took too long to get to that point.
A little
Definitely,
bit maybe,
we should never have gone as long as we did, with
but
those
you got to think
results.
we had so many new
Um,
players.
yeah, I know, and so obviously it brings into question some of the thoughts and things we were having about Potter. I don't know. I'm to be honest, the jury's still out for me. As I've said before, I can't fully entirely trust him. I do think in a way that he kind of, I think lucked into is a bit harsh
Maybe.
with like him finding this formation and it clearly working for our players
Yeah,
because it seems so obvious. We all, we've had many managers now who preferred the three at the back system, and then obviously we get two of the best wing backs in the world back,
yeah,
and you can play that again, and oh look at that, it works.
yeah.
So
What a
like part of
surprise!
me, yeah, what a surprise,
Yeah,
exactly. So like I can't fully say, oh Potter, great, what a tactical
no.
turnaround. He's really figured something
It's
out here
like the
when it
fans have
wasn't
been
hard to
saying
figure out.
this. The fans have
Yeah,
been saying this
exactly.
for fucking
Um,
since day one. Like, just
exactly.
play as we was playing, and it'll
Yeah,
happen. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I'm still nervous for the rest of the season because
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't fully trust it. But you know, um, as you said, and I do agree, we do look a bit more normal as a proper
we
cohesive
do, we
squad
do.
unit,
Yeah,
and we obviously are getting some results now
yep.
against teams that we should be beating. But obviously, earlier on, we weren't even
We
doing
weren't.
that,
No,
so I can't be too unhappy with
no,
it.
exactly.
and if this is what the process is going to be, then I'll have it, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I don't want what the process was a few weeks ago. We'll put that in the bin. Let's
yeah.
start this process.
Yeah, this is like I feel
So
like it's a fresh slate now. Like we got that Leeds win, and that's it. We're
yeah,
like, okay, let's carry on. Borussia Dortmund,
yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
Leicester, not incredible, but we got the win. But
yeah,
it's like that. We're progressing forward now. Um,
yeah.
so I think we're in the right direction. Obviously, uh, just going on to man of the match. So Enzo
Yeah.
officially got man of the match, which I don't blame him
Okay.
at all.
Yeah.
Our leader of the pack that I gave out was Mudryk, and I just want to say he had a really good all-round game.
Hmm.
I don't. The reason why I gave him that is because you got to think of the mental challenges he's facing as well. There is a reason why he hasn't been playing, and we don't know that reason specifically, but we can have a good bloody guess, can't we?
Yeah.
And for him to put in a performance like that after not being played for a good few games and showing real character, real heart, and he getting his first assist. I thought, you know what, I want to give our leader of the pack to Mudryk, and I think he's absolute quality game.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I would probably follow the official man of the match, and
No,
I
no,
would
that's
give it to
fairs. Yeah,
Enzo
yeah,
myself as my personal choice. But no, definitely, what you said about Mudryk rings quite true. And you know for a fact that the 007 thing would have been hanging over him because
exactly.
he's someone who's online a lot, as
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
with some of his kind of
Jesus.
awkward online
So,
activity. So so we for a fact he would have seen that and would have been very aware of it. And it actually seems like maybe a good bit of man management from Potter because he left him on longer than he normally would.
yeah,
And so hopefully that was kind of giving him the opportunity to be like, no, look, well, I'm going to keep you on.
yeah.
You're gonna get something today, whether it be a goal or an assist.
Exactly, and he bloody
And he
did
did
it.
get a
Yeah.
goal. It was offside, but it was a
Oh,
decent
you know
finish.
what? Saying that bloody goal was excellent.
Yeah, it was.
That
Yeah,
goal was so
yeah, I
good.
know. Showed his speed and his
Yeah.
finishing, and so good signs of things. And also another thing that has been talked about is that he didn't actually have a proper preseason,
No,
and he wasn't match fit at all when he came to Chelsea
no.
because his
There
season
were
had ended or hadn't even started. So
no
he'd been without football for like 2 or 3 months.
since November.
Um,
He didn't play
since November.
since
Oh, there we go.
November. Yeah.
So
So
actually, it's going to take time for him to warm up, and I hope this, getting that 007 thing off his back, he doesn't have to worry about that
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
He
It
got his
was funny
assist.
though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, the
It
memes
was
are
funny.
so
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
and I felt bad for laughing, but they were so well put
yeah.
together, I could not laugh.
Yeah.
But no, but honorable mention, I would give Mudryk honorable mention,
Okay, fair enough.
definitely.
I
Yeah,
think I just I don't know. I've got a soft spot for him. And I
yeah,
think I don't know. Like just yeah, with the whole mental thing, and I think like so much pressure to be good.
yeah,
You've been loads of money. The whole 007 thing. Your country's
yeah,
going on. You're
yeah,
moving to a different country, like
yeah,
and you're learning a bloody new language. So it's like
yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like
yeah, yeah.
there's
What do we
so
expect? Yeah,
much pressure.
yeah,
So you
true.
know what? I just wanted to give him a little shout out as our leader of the pack. So
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, nice, good idea.
club news. Do you want to take it away?
Yeah, I'll start. So the first thing that I saw kind of this week that I had to make a note of, Thomas Tuchel, obviously our favorite or one of our favorite ex-managers, I should
Tommy
say,
T.
who yeah, obviously got the sack earlier on the season. There has been a story that came out this week that I saw something from goal.com which alleged that Tuchel took out an injunction against a German publication, probably Bild, to stop uh, to stop the reasons why he was sacked going public
Yeah.
after his ex-wife, Sissy,
CC.
apparently emailed the publication with those reasons. And one thing I added in, I know that Simon Jordan of Talksport presents the morning show, I think, or the mid-morning show with what's his name? Something White. The guy who does the transfers.
No clue.
Is it Alan? No, bloody, I can't remember. But he's Scottish and he gets very excited by transfers. Um, um, he's on with him. He co-presents with him, and he's been saying for months that he knows the reasons why Tuchel got sacked. He has the insider info, and he claims that the reasons would make your eyes water. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to harp on Tuchel too much. Like he's gone. He's never going to come back.
Is that a bit out
Obviously,
of
we were sad that
proportion?
he went. How do you mean?
like to make your eyes water. Like he hasn't killed anyone. Jesus Christ, you know what I
No,
mean?
not that we know of,
No.
obviously. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, to me, it's like, okay, all these reasons. Like, can we just know? Like, someone
Yeah,
just actually tell us.
yeah,
And I don't know. It does seem a bit like Chelsea ownership, the kind of PR machines kind of working in overtime to kind
yeah,
of maybe put Tuchel's name in the mud a bit,
yeah.
so
Oh,
that like
definitely.
the sacking doesn't look as bad as it actually was,
I think
because
it was
obviously it's had a
terrible.
massive effect on our season, a negative effect.
It can't be that bad.
Um,
It can't be that bad though.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what could it possibly be? What, he's into BDSM or something? Like what? Like what?
Let him do it,
Let him
man.
do it, bruv.
If he wants to get whipped, let him get whipped. It's fine. Like, oh god. I mean, yeah, I hear that. Yeah, true. How bad can it be? I don't know, but
Like I don't get it.
he's
Like
clearly he's just. I feel like he's just getting a lot of pelters in the media, and it just seems a bit weird, doesn't it?
it seems a very, but
Um,
as you said, it's a PR machine, and it's all to make Potter look good and to give us a, I don't know, justifiable
it's
terms
a
maybe,
justification, isn't
and
it, to
just
get
be
rid of him?
like,
Yeah,
oh, that's why we got rid of him. No, you got rid of him because what? He didn't agree with your little plans for Chelsea, and that's why you got
yeah,
rid of him, because he stuck up for himself. Whereas Potter, as I've always said, what was is a puppet. So
yes,
it's
man.
like
Yeah,
you gave him 12 mil to do whatever you want with the club. Like that's legit the be all and end all. And
yeah,
I think that is it. I think this whole, oh, you won't believe it. Like, you make your eyes water. Like
yeah.
that, nah. It's not like, unless he committed bloody absolute mass murder. I think I'll be all right. But like, it
Yeah,
makes no
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought it's something that I think hopefully all the Tuchel stories kind of like just die down, because we don't, need to, because it
No,
keeps coming up in the Chelsea news
I know
feeds, but it's
it's
like
everywhere.
he's been gone for months now. Like, we need to move on and kind of leave him alone and let him kind of recover, because it clearly had a massive impact on his mental health
Yeah, definitely. And
after the
I
sacking.
feel bad for the bloke, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
But
Like, just leave it. And as you said, if it was really serious, we would know about
yeah,
it. It
because he would
clearly
have been a
wasn't that
bloody
deep.
arrested. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it couldn't be that bad.
Yeah. But
What?
anyway, it's
Like,
just something I thought that was
yeah.
worth kind of putting in, because I like the guy. I don't like to see him struggling like this. But anyway, yeah, we move, as it were.
We
Yeah, we
move
move.
on to, there was, as we mentioned, there was no James in the
Mm,
squad against Leicester. That's because he was ill.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and then we had Sterling not in the squad either. A little bit of a hamstring injury, but he seems okay now, I guess. And then
hmm,
Aubameyang also not available for back issue.
yeah.
So
Back issue.
so I don't
Yeah,
know what back issue is. Um, yeah, I mean, James to be out with illness. I mean, I don't know. I still stand on this. Like, if you've got a cold, like, get on with it. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but it's like you're getting paid absolute ridiculous money, and you can't play for a bit of a sniffle. It
yeah.
sort of bewilders me.
I don't know. I guess like your aerobic function needs to be good, in it, when you're playing
I
Premier League football. You need
yeah,
to be able to breathe and that.
yeah.
I get it, and I know what you mean. I don't know. I'm just a bit concerned about James and his seeming lack of ability to see out
A
like decent
season.
stretches of the season.
Yeah,
Whether it be like muscular injuries, or I don't know, what you're getting ill or whatever this was. I don't know. It just makes me a bit nervous. Like,
yeah.
we've given him a massive contract. He's clearly a fantastic player, but not keep being out again and again. And when we're lucky that RSC has filled in quite well.
Quite well, yeah, yeah,
Do you reckon that maybe the club kind of knows that internally, and that's why they got, because obviously they signed Malo Gusto from Lyon, didn't
yeah.
we,
True,
in
yeah.
January? And he's obviously a right wing back and one of Europe's most exciting young right wing backs.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
Reese reminds me of that kid always in school, where it's just always a sick note, like here, there, and
yeah,
everywhere. But he was
yeah,
like, he was a cool geezer, but he was just like, I don't know, not like
it just makes me a bit
not like
nervous.
not interested, but like
Yeah,
just a lack of, I don't know, participation sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
And it's just like, oh, I want to be off now. Like, have you seen a season with Avon? Like, and you and
yeah.
Chile being back has been astronomical for us.
Super
And
important.
then,
Yeah, I don't know.
you know,
I think he's definitely he definitely has a massive competitive edge to him that you can tell by the way he
Yeah,
plays and the way he like holds himself. So I'm sure he's in it, and he clearly, I hope that he loves Chelsea. He's been there long enough. I don't know. I don't know if it's a motivation thing. I don't know. I just feel a bit nervous about him always being out, and it's something to keep an eye on. I think something to keep a close eye on, because
yeah, definitely.
maybe in the long run the right wing back position is too physically demanding for him, and his body can't keep up with the constant up and down, and that he needs to maybe think about shifting position either
Yeah,
to like a centre back role, or he actually had really good games for Wigan when he was on loan there, in centre mid. So
yeah.
maybe he kind of shifts to a centre mid role, which, as we know, is obviously very physical as well, but not as laterally physical.
I
I
get
don't know.
you.
Maybe that's something better,
Yeah,
but something to keep an eye on,
maybe.
I think, because it's just making me a bit
I
nervous.
think it's a bit. I don't know. Obviously, we're not in the bloody club, so we don't know what's going on. But
No, of
I mean,
course, yeah,
he might have had a bloody stomach bug where you physically can't do
yeah,
anything. You know,
literally shitting his
might
life
have
out.
exactly might have had the shits. You never know. So it might have been a cheeky coma on the night before or something. You know,
Yeah, a
so.
korma would do that to him. Surely not. Surely not. It needs something a bit more spicy. At least a Jal Frazee.
Okay,
Surely.
okay. I'll let him off with that one. Bit of
Yeah.
peri peri chips.
And Mount as well. No,
Yeah,
Mount not in the squad. What's going on? Because again, I've heard on the grapevine that he's fit, fully
he
fit,
is.
and he's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Apparently, he's fit for England next week as well. For the international
Oh,
break. So
I don't
I
know.
don't get that. I honestly don't know what's going on. He says that he wants to play football. Well, bloody play football then. It just
Is it just a contract thing? Is it literally not signing the contract? You're not going to play?
I
Is
don't know.
that
Not
something
even
that?
on the bench
No, that's what's so weird about it. Not even on the bench, like not even the chance to
to
come on,
come
and
on at all.
obviously he hasn't played well, but like you still give him the chance to come
Isn't
on and
it?
prove
Don't
himself.
yeah. Don't do this to the guy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, maybe as we were saying earlier, we're talking about how Potter is the ultimate yes man at the
Yeah,
club. Maybe it's literally a case of the club, the higher uppers are saying, look, man, he's not signing his contract. He doesn't want to play ball with us.
yeah.
Don't play him and force his hand. I
It
hope
wouldn't
that isn't the case, because that's really underhanded and
It wouldn't
mean,
surprise me.
really.
Wouldn't surprise me at
No,
all.
I don't know.
Apparently, there's word on the grapevine of it. I don't know. I don't think I got a source at all for it. Just sort of like when you're scrolling, you just see it. Apparently, Todd Bowley wants him to go, according to somewhere, and
Oh,
and
just
and
somewhere.
it's a mystery. But like, it's. I mean, looking at what's happening, you can't really say that it's wrong. Like he's literally getting outed. Like he's getting
Mm.
forced out because they're not even having the chance to be on the bench is mental.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty gross treatment. Like, as we keep saying, he's had a bad season, but he's got so much good credit in the bank because he's had
Exactly.
so many good moments for us. And he's someone who could be important for us for a long time. I don't get this really harsh attitude towards him. Like he's not too old. I don't think
Yeah, I
he's
don't know what's
regressing that
going on.
much.
Like
Um, I
I
don't know. Unless they've got plans for other players in the summer who they think will be a better fit for what Potter wants to do than him. I don't know, but I just find the treatment just seems a bit unfair and a
I
bit
just
harsh on someone
I
who's a
just
fan favorite.
yeah, fan favorite, and I think he's just when he is having even if he's just having a mid season, like he's having a bad one, obviously,
Yeah, but
but even
that could happen.
if you're having a mid season, I think he's solid. I think he's an
Yeah,
absolute solid choice, even for a half an hour bloody sub. Like he's not that bad to not have on the bench is
yeah,
ridiculous.
true,
Um,
true.
and for him to not sign the contract, I wonder why. Because you're just not giving him anything. And to just
Yeah,
go on to the contracts while we're talking about him, the so before Christmas, I believe, or before the new year, it was Todd Bowley who was actually doing the contract negotiations personally with Mason Mount. So that showed you how much interest he wanted. He had in Mount to stay at the club. And
yeah.
then apparently it all sort of broke down. And then after Christmas, it's gone to can't remember his name. What's his name?
Is it Win
That's
Stanley,
the one, Win
Lawrence?
Stanley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Win
Win
Stanley.
Stanley.
Yeah,
It's gone to him, and apparently it's all back to square one. And I'm thinking, surely Todd has made notes. Like it can't go
yeah,
back to square one. Like
yeah.
what? Mount's just sat down and went, "I'd like to renew." Like it
So
doesn't
yeah,
make
yeah, yeah,
sense.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't
We
make
know that. We
sense.
know that.
so
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. Is it a stalling technique by the PR team? I don't know, but to say that it's gone back to square one, I highly bloody doubt it.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Yeah, it seems very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. It definitely seems like it's a politics thing.
Yeah,
Um, I just I would hate to see him go
yeah.
to a Premier League rival.
Well, apparently it's Liverpool.
And well, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
Liverpool. And then rise it on us, for years, and that would be quite a sad ending to
exactly
a
what
pretty
happens
good
to
journey.
exactly what happened to De Bruyne. Exactly what happened to Salah. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like them players got game time, and look where they are now. Like
yeah, exactly.
revered
Literally,
Premier League
yeah,
bloody
two of the best.
legends.
Yeah,
Like
exactly, exactly.
ridiculous. So to
Yeah,
have him, you know what? Let's just move on because it's going to piss me off. But
yeah,
with
it's too upsetting.
with Mount, James, and Mendy have been seen in training in recent
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Before the Everton game coming up. Now there was a chance. Potter did mention in his press conference before Leicester, saying that Kante might be fit for Everton. Oh my god! If that
yeah. I
happens,
mean,
who's coming
well,
out though? Who's gonna replace?
it's a hallelujah moment to see Conte back on the pitch running
I don't
about.
think
I
it'd be
can't.
starting.
No, 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 certainly not. I can't wait. You are right though. It does call into question if Conte is back at even his 90% capacity, still one of the best midfielders in the league. Uh, Literally, what do we do to us? Like, how does that work?
I
Do
don't
you know
know.
what I mean? Like, because as I said earlier, like Kovacic and Enzo have looked okay together.
Yeah.
Do you add Conte into the mix? What does that do to our
Who do
attackers
you get rid
and our
of?
shape? Who do you exactly who do you drop out? It's a
Like,
very
obviously,
it's tough. It's a
yeah,
really
yeah. It's
I wouldn't want to be in Potter's position to
no,
try and
same.
figure it out because the maybe if you're super harsh, maybe you'd be like drop Cover and have Cover and
But
Enzo.
then again, he's our captain.
Yeah, exactly. So you
So
don't, do you?
what do you do?
So I honestly, I'm completely not. I don't have a clue. I
Because
really don't
I
have a
think
clue how it would work.
Enzo is better than Kova, but
Yeah,
Kova's our captain,
yeah,
and Kante is in the sort of like he's on par with Enzo, maybe better, but obviously
yeah,
coming back from injury he won't be best, but
yeah,
like he's gonna be better than Kova anyway. So it's like, do you take Kova off and put I don't even know who who would be captain? Pepper,
yeah. Maybe I guess so.
Chili,
Like he's been around. Yeah, maybe someone like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Chili.
You
Reese.
raise
I
a
mean,
good
Reese
point.
would be it. Reese could do captaincy.
Yeah,
Um,
but as we were saying, we can't trust him to bloody
a-
be on the
and
pitch.
we haven't got bloody silver. So
No,
it's like,
I don't know. Yeah, it's a real conundrum.
what do you
I'm
do?
happy to see him. Yeah, I'll be happy to see him back involved. Obviously, I love
Yeah,
him, but
yeah,
yeah, I again, I look to that in interest,
yeah.
and to see how that pans out because he's definitely not going to start. He probably won't even get any minute, and if he
No.
does, it might get like 5 or 10. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's going to be a really tough one, and I don't know how that's going to go.
Moving on, we got Mark
Yeah,
Cucurella, made more successful tackles than any
yeah,
defender in Europe's top five leagues on the weekend just gone.
yeah. I mean, good for
I
him.
was
Yeah,
gonna say any words for
yeah. No, I mean, yeah, no, no, yeah,
that?
yeah. No, good for him. Yeah, as putting he's a little
Remarkable.
good bit of run of form.
Yeah,
I am seeing rumors that he may get the Spain national team
he
called up
has
because
been
of
called
his.
up. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
for his recent good form. So
confirmed.
congratulations to him. I'm sure
Yeah.
that feels great for him. To have a kind of little remontada, as they'd call it in Spain. Um, yeah, good for him. Good lad, innit? Keep going, man.
Keep
That's all
going,
you
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
good having good games makes you a good player. Being a great player is having good games in a row a lot
yeah,
and
yeah,
keep
yeah.
doing it for the whole
Yeah.
season.
And
So
get your
yeah,
the fans on your side. And even
exactly.
if you
That
have a
must help a
bad
lot.
game, we'll give you a little bit of slack here and
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah,
And I think the Spain call up is a real confidence boost for him, obviously.
yeah, for sure.
Let's move on to Chile. The
Yeah,
prospect of Chile going to Man City. So apparently there was genuine interest from Man City, but no contact has been made at all between
right.
City and Chilwell. So I don't know where this whole they're really interested is coming from because they haven't even bloody emailed the bloke. So I don't like it makes no sense. Chile is apparently happy at Chelsea, settled living near the club's training ground in Cobham. Like,
Yeah.
Again, just rumor mills everywhere because he's doing good.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
ridiculous. As soon as a player does good, they're like, Man City want Man City.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Man City can't have everyone, okay? Like calm the bloody hell down.
Yeah, I guess it's because they don't really have like a proper left back at the
No,
moment.
no.
So it is just the rumor mill is just like cranked into overdrive. And like, right, every left back available in Europe,
Yeah,
and he's not available, but any left back who's half decent, let's just link them because it makes for good
yeah.
clicks.
We haven't even got a
Yeah,
price for him.
yeah.
So
I just can't see that happening
I
at all.
can't
I
see him
don't see why
leaving.
he would leave Chelsea. He seems really happy and settled.
Yep.
They'd have to pay an unbelievable amount of money.
Ridiculous.
I'm talking like near 100 mil. If we spend 45 on him,
Yeah.
I'm talking like 80 mil.
I'm talking more.
Um,
I'm talking
yeah,
near hundreds. I'm
yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah.
90, bruv, for a
Yeah.
left wing back.
In this
Like,
market, I mean, yeah, you think about the amount of money flying about.
the thing is, if
Um,
we put that price tag on him, you know that Man City is going to come over and be like, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like,
true. Yeah, literally,
but
yeah,
so
yeah.
so the fact that we haven't got a price tag on him means that he's not for sale. All right, he's not going anywhere, fam. Like, it's
He's
just not
priceless.
happening.
There's no
So
money you can put down that's going to get in there. No, yeah, no, I can't imagine he's. Yeah, I can't see it happening. It just seems definitely like paper talk, doesn't it? What's that?
yeah,
Simon Johnson, clutching at straws a bit there. And also in a way, it's a bit of a. It's quite nice to have our players linked to other clubs
it
because we
is.
definitely weren't having that, were we, a few weeks ago? So it's nice to show that our players are playing well enough to get links to other clubs. Like people are actually like, yeah, do you know what? They actually are
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good,
no,
aren't
all
they?
right,
Oh
then.
God, good to hear. It is good to
Um,
hear. Christ,
do you want to move
about
on
time.
to the?
Yeah,
I don't know
let's.
how to say his name.
Chelsea.
Is it
Let's have a look.
Duquan?
No, it's Dujon.
Oh, it's Dijon. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
I am reliably informed by a random guy on Twitter who claims he's Jamaican
All right.
and claims he knows how to say his name. But yeah,
The Whisper.
Chelsea reached a full agreement with the Phoenix All Stars to sign Dujon Whisper. That's his nickname.
I love that.
Richards.
Does
So
he have
yeah,
a whisper on the
guy,
back?
that would be pretty
That'd be
cool.
so. I'll
That'd be
buy that
pretty cool,
shirt.
wouldn't it?
I'll
Yeah.
buy that
Yeah,
bloody
yeah, that'd be
shirt.
pretty cool. So he had a trial with Newcastle. Chelsea officials clearly were interested.
Yeah.
Traveled to Jamaica to
Jamaica,
hijack the deal.
as usual.
He will join us after he turns 18 in November. I've
Yeah,
seen a
man.
few clips of him. I don't know if you have.
I have. Yeah.
It is. You have to remember he's playing high school. He's playing Jamaican high school football right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the level isn't too high.
It's not great.
He actually. No, it's terrible. The pitches are terrible. The standard's terrible. He has actually played for Jamaica in a couple internationals though.
Oh, okay.
Friendlies over the last couple of weeks, alongside Amari Hutchinson. Funny enough, he was
Oh, yeah,
also in
yeah,
our
yeah.
squad. But he hasn't scored. He hasn't
I
exactly.
like
I don't think
Amari.
exactly. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Good player. But he hasn't exactly impressed too much. Definitely seems that we are starting to hoard a lot of very promising young talents at
Yeah.
the moment. I don't really know what we're going to do with them all.
Sell him. Profit.
All right, yeah, just flip them.
I think
Flip
it
'em,
is. I
basically.
think we've gone into the flipping market. I think.
Yeah.
I think we're doing the same as bloody Dortmund. Like getting these players, nurturing
Just
them
hoarding,
into greatness. I mean, depending.
Yeah.
And then just being like, listen, we bought him for fucking £2 and a pack of quavers, and we can get rid of him for 75 million. I think we're gonna do it. So I don't know. Like obviously you said, I mean, he looks fantastic at his level. So I mean, Premier League is not a farmers' league, as
No.
as everybody knows. So to come in and is he actually going to play? Do you reckon he'll actually get a first team
No,
play?
definitely not. No, I mean, if Datro Fofana can't
Yeah.
get the game, in a first team situation, or can but very sparingly. What about Carney, who's basically the same age,
Exactly.
who barely gets to play. So I think what it is obviously there's been a lot of talk about us doing the multi-club model.
Yeah.
So we're going to get smaller clubs around Europe that kind of follow our philosophy of
Yeah.
football, and obviously
It's the same as City done.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. Like if we can get a network or at least one in Europe, maybe apparently France is quite a key spot for us. We're
Yeah.
looking heavily into France. Then we can farm. We can sign them at cheaper prices earlier on, farm them over there, let them play.
Yeah.
Kind of grow their reputation and their skills. And then
then
they can
being
either come
like
back to Chelsea and be
being like,
sick,
oh, it's a
or
Chelsea player. Look
exactly.
at that. Done.
Yeah, exactly. Or we can sell them on. But good luck to the lad. He looks very raw. Raw is the word I'd give him. But
Very
he's
raw.
massive
He is.
and he's very quick and he's got a great shot. He did
Yeah, yeah,
score. There are some nice long range goals in his clips
yeah.
in his highlight reel. So clearly one for the
I
future,
think obviously
future. I don't know how far in the future.
to have this much of a not a presence, but like a news sort of thing around him, he's got to be
Yeah.
bloody something special because obviously a lot of people you don't hear about this very often. You don't hear about an 18-year-old like when what's his name? What's our goalkeeper we just got?
Slanina.
Slanina. You didn't hear nothing about him, did you? Like,
No, and then it just happened.
and it's just like all these tweets everywhere. There's videos of him signing. I'm like, okay, is he?
Who is this kid?
Is he like some wonder kid? What's going on, sort of thing?
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. That's the word
One to
I'd
keep
say.
an eye on.
Yeah, it's a future star, as FIFA would say.
Good.
So,
Good.
talking about contracts, Kovacic, we are keen to extend Kovacic's contract. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. I'm pretty positive it will. He loves the club. He's our bloody captain, so I don't see him going anywhere unless Todd Bowley takes the talks and then apparently fobs him off to someone else and he goes back to square one again. But
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Want Kova?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like he's probably quite tired of the Chelsea kind of drama factory. And I
Maybe.
think he might want to find a place maybe a bit more settled. I'm sure he wouldn't have any problems finding a club in Europe. I don't know. I do. It's cool that he's a captain, and maybe that is the kind of role that he will facilitate.
Yeah.
And maybe as a captain, he will kind of grow into a more.
I think he already has. Like the past
mature-
couple games.
Yeah, no, he's
that
definitely looked.
you can
he's
see
looked
the
nice.
control. You can see the control. Like as we were saying
Yeah.
before, Silva got injured. It was like if Silva's not on the pitch, like everybody looks lost. Whereas Kova's been on the pitch as captain, and everyone looks all right. So maybe we've got like a double captain going on here, or even a triple with bloody Aspi. So
loads of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just a bit unsure because I know there's a lot of links to us with Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle, and like other centre mids that could come in as well. So that makes me feel like maybe Chelsea are looking elsewhere to kind of plug that gap, and they don't see his long-term future. But having said that, if he keeps playing well and really assumes a very respected and commanding role in the squad as a captain, then you don't, there's more to football than just the name.
Exactly.
And like if they played well elsewhere, if they fit in the squad and they're a very good character for the squad, you should keep those people around.
Exactly.
So,
no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
You know what? We're just going to do a little quick fire thing. Inter Milan have confirmed Lukaku will return to Chelsea this summer before further decision for his future. I don't think we're going to play him. I think we're going to put him out on loan.
Yeah.
How do you feel quickly?
Fuck him. Go back out on loan.
Agreed. So again, Chelsea, after reviewing their sponsorship arrangement with a Parimatch, after discovering that the betting firm are to be sanctioned by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. I mean, if you're being knobheads, you're being knobheads. Get sanctioned. We don't want nothing to do with you.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's not. Anything else to add on that? I don't.
No. I mean, we've had obviously we've had enough issues.
We've had enough sanctioning
coming from the Russian and Ukrainian, the attack that Russia put on Ukraine. So definitely, if there's anything near that, let's just stay away.
Just get rid of them, man. No need. Chelsea have announced that they are hosting an open iftar in partnership with the Ramadan Tent Project, which I think is brilliant, by the way. We'll be the first Premier League club to ever host an iftar at their stadium, and we look forward to welcoming all of our Muslim community. If anybody doesn't know, iftar is the fast-breaking evening meal of Muslims in Ramadan at the time of Adhan and Maghrib prayer. This is their second meal of the day. Obviously, they only have 2 meals a day, one before sunset, one after sunset. Pre-dawn meal of suhoor, I think is pronounced, or suhoor, and continues during the daylight hours. So ending the sunset with a nice evening meal in the old Chelsea. I'd love that.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
That'd be sick.
That'd
be so good. So I'm very proud of us for doing that, and we've got a few Muslims within the team as well. So I think supporting that
Oh yeah,
is
definitely.
great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, big members of the team.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we actually had quite a good record. We're doing really good community stuff
I love it.
under
Yeah, yeah.
Abramovich, and I'm happy and glad that we are kind of broadening that. We're making it
Yeah.
bigger, and we're doing more stuff.
You know
So
what? When
good on Chelsea.
Ted Bowley, Todd Bowley come in, he did say he wants to carry on with the community stuff, and I'm glad to see that's
Yes.
actually happening.
Yeah, for sure.
So what for once, no one's chatting shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely love that. So that's it for the club news. Shall we
Yep.
move on to the women?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
So after the Arsenal loss
Yeah.
in the cup, we went on to beat the managerless Brighton, which was just after the podcast that we recorded last week. We beat them at home 3-1. Written in I can't say her name.
Wrighton. Guro Wrighton.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Scoring a penalty, and then Carter and Kaynard scoring in the 21st and the 71st minute, respectively. We dominated the match, came out with a positive look onwards to our next game, which was against Man United, which were the top
of the table,
top of the league, and
yeah.
we done a little cheeky dub at home, 1-0. Dubs all round, come on.
Yeah.
I'm playing with loads of stuff in my hand right now. Little 1-0 dub to us. Who of course scored the goal, the GOAT herself, Sam Kerr, as usual, putting the only goal past Man United for an outstanding overhead pass from Lauren James. Did you see this?
It was such a good goal.
It was ridiculous.
I've watched it back like 15 times.
It was like, what's going on?
The vision from James, the pass was amazing, and this is the bit that and then to see, oh my God, and then for Kerr to see the ball come over the shoulder and then to chest it down in the box, and have the speed and the balance to then lift it over them, lift it over the goalkeeper at such a tight angle. Oh, a goalkeeper, by the way, Mary Earps, who bloody just won the Euros with England last summer. So a goalkeeper worth her weight in gold. Just a real, true, top
ridiculous
quality goal. Like unbelievable,
outrageous. And Lauren James, the pass was from inside our own bloody half.
Yeah, it was such a good ball as well. I know, it was such a good
what's
ball.
going on? She's amazing. I think both players absolutely incredible. James just showing what she's got time and time again. And as we said, Sam Kerr, the absolute GOAT. Just to remain, composed, the precision, the power, the technique, everything, man. The whole run, the vision from both of them is mad. She's got absolutely cracking goal. Where are we? It might be the assist of the season.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, there's a divide between men's and women's and all that, but I would put that up against some of the bloody men's. Honestly,
definitely.
Most of the men, it was, it was
so good.
It was so good. A strong performance all round, and good to see that the Arsenal loss has not affected us in the Super League whatsoever, and we carried on, and now we're top of the league. Come on,
top of the league.
Let's go.
Lovely. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm glad we are, man. Bloody hell, we're clearly the best team in the league.
Oh, ridiculous!
But Man, you've had quite a surprising kind of uptick in form, so they're looking good as well. But I think, would it be 4 in a row if we won the league this year? Would it be 4 in a row? Or would it be 3 in a row?
4.
I know we've definitely got. It would be 4.
I want to say it's 4.
Yeah. Oh Christ. Well, if anyone does know, we apologise. Stick it in the comments. Look it up while I chat about the youth.
Chat crap.
So I'll go on to the youth then. We have a new under-18 coach appointment. Our previous under-18 coach has just moved on to go and manage. Oh Christ, where did he go? Oh, it's in the league, the football league, as an assistant coach. Anyway, I apologise. I should know that, but I forgot. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so we have a new under-18 coach, Hassan Suleiman, who's been given the role. This is from the Chelsea website.
Sorry, news just in. Yes, it will be 4 in a row.
It'd be 4 in a row. Okay.
And can I just mention? It'll actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would have won 6 out of 7. Arsenal won in 18-19, and we won the previous 2 seasons.
Okay, so it's a proper dynasty. It's
outrageous. Sorry, go on.
Emma Hayes, man. Emma Hayes, what a player. So yeah, as I said, the under-18s new coach, they had their first game under his tutelage.
Very nice.
against Brighton under-18s, but they did unfortunately lose 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller. Tudor Mendel Idowu got both of our goals, which gave us the lead at half-time.
Yeah.
But then Brighton's Moulton then proceeded to take over the game
What a
in the
name.
second half. Yeah, right. And scored 2 in that second half to ensure that Brighton left with all 3 points.
Oh, God.
The development squad also played on the same day. They actually had a victory over Liverpool's under
Get
21s.
in.
And interestingly, as we mentioned him earlier, David Datro Fofana actually
Yeah.
started this game, and got his first ever Chelsea goal, which actually equalised in the game
Love all
after
that.
Liverpool went ahead quite early on the 11th minute.
Yep.
Mason Burstow then scored just before half-time, and then Elliott put the tie to bed in the 95th minute with a goal there to make
Lovely.
the tie look very comfortable for us.
Absolutely.
So
lovely.
GG, once again, another successful week for everyone in the playing staff at the moment.
Yeah,
The club. Women's, youth, and men's all winning. So
yeah,
we're happy about that.
You know what? All 3 of us are winning. What's going on? Like everyone's bloody winning.
It's good.
And
it's
the under
good.
18. Oh no, not the under 18. Sorry. We won't mention that.
We'll move on.
But you know what? Youth doing absolutely cracking stuff, and for Datro to get his first goal, incredible things, and a real positive light, and building up that momentum in him. And hopefully, if we do have to call upon him, he'll come into the first team a little bit more relieved that he's already got a goal and showing what he can do. So
yeah, for sure.
Really happy with that. Rival watch. On Friday, right. So there's a few stories this week. Okay, let's just right. So Barcelona, they're not our close rivals at all.
No,
but,
not domestic rivals.
But we need to chat about this, man. Like, because this is
massive. This is like, I've been listening to Spanish football experts, and they're saying this is like one of the biggest league controversies that's ever hit the league.
Oh yeah, any league, I think. Like, it's just ridiculous. So for those who don't know, on Friday just gone, so that would have been the 10th, I believe. On Friday, a court heard that Barcelona have indicated for corruption and breach of trust and false business records. Prosecutors allege Barca paid €8.4 million or 7.4 million quid to Jose Maria Enriquez. I can't say that other name. Negrera, thank you, and his company in return for favorable refereeing decisions. Now, that's bad on its own. Gets worse. Barcelona, who deny any wrongdoing, acknowledged the payments were made to Dan's Nil between 2001 and 2018. Now, the club described the company as a external technical consultant, which is the most load of bollocks I've ever heard in my life, which was apparently paid to compile video reports related to professional referees. Now, this was with the aim to complement the information required by the coaching staff. Now, Barcelona have come out and said... Sorry, let's just hang on. So Barcelona obtained and maintained a strictly confidential verbal agreement with Enriquez and Negriara, can't say his name, so that in his capacity as vice president of the technical arbitral committee, and in exchange for money, the latter carries out the actions tending to benefit Barcelona in decisions by the referee. Now, here's the bloody cheese, right? Here it is. Barcelona have come out and said they done it in self-defense. So they first said, they're just consultants, technical consultants. And now they're like, okay, we sort of done it. All right, it was in self-defense because Real Madrid have apparently done the exact same thing. And the refs have helped Real Madrid. So... with all this being said, I think everybody's in the mud, and apparently there's a very, very, very strong possibility of relegation.
I mean, this kind of confirms the feelings that people have had about, especially those, the two big, for years, especially those two big Spanish clubs. And the allegations that UEFA Lona, people used to call Barcelona UEFA Lona,
Yep.
especially after what happened to us in the Champions League when we
Oh
got
yeah.
cheated out of that game. Remember, that referee absolutely shagged us. I
Yeah.
cried that night. I literally cried that night because I
Same.
was so angry.
Same.
So yeah, no, this news is unbelievable. Yeah, they paid him £7 million over the course of 17 years.
Yeah.
This is over multiple like managing directors, multiple
Loads.
like CEOs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
constant. Um, and yeah, as you said, like this is to the guy who was the vice chair of like their refereeing
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
So you know how we have Pogmol, they have their own CTA.
Oh,
They were
outrageous.
just like absolutely mental, crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like as I said, I was listening to a European football podcast today, and they were saying that like every fan in La Liga is absolutely fuming, and are like openly. I think some of the fans, they played Athletic Bilbao this weekend.
Yeah.
Some of the fans from one of the ultra groups were making like made fake notes of paper that had written Mafia on it and were throwing it onto the
Wow.
pitch. So like there is palpable discord, as a famous Chelsea term, and big anger
Yeah.
amongst the league and probably all of Europe,
Oh, most
um,
definitely.
with what
I
they've
feel
done. And it's
cheated.
yeah, literally, it's just crazy. It's like it is. I mean, it is literally like the most blatant, seemingly
Yeah.
the most blatant instance of like not. It's
Match
not match
fixing.
fixing, I guess, but it's close.
It's very
But
close.
I can't. It's weird because I can't believe it,
No,
but in a way, I can't
I
believe it.
can't fathom it, but like I think we all had a little inkling, didn't we? We was all like
Yeah,
the amount of stuff that happened, like the amount of like refereeing decisions, especially when you're
yeah,
playing at home with them, and
yeah,
it's just
yeah, and
like,
all of the crazy financial stuff they've done
oh,
over the last years of
exactly,
their economic levers.
yeah,
Like it calls into question everything they're doing. It's like if they're doing this, what else are they doing? It,
exactly.
it's
And as
it's
you
terrible.
said, through
Yeah,
multiple bloody directors, multiple
yeah, I know.
managers, multiple
Yeah,
everything, and everybody's gone,
yeah,
oh, do we do that? I'll just go on and do, I won't,
yeah,
I'll turn a blind
yeah,
eye,
yeah. I'm
sort of
not going to
thing.
change this. Exactly, we'll keep doing it.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it makes me angry, man, because
Yeah,
it's like, you know what? God forbid, but if we got found out to be doing this, I don't know if I could support them anymore. Like, it's just blatant cheating, man. And you're meant to be one of the
yeah,
biggest clubs in the world. Like, if
yeah,
it was like Burnley, no one give a fuck. But you're Barcelona, man. Like,
yeah,
you've won how many bloody titles? How many bloody Champions Leagues? Like, ridiculous. And as you said, with the other financial shit going into it, what else
mm,
have they been up to? Because
mm,
it seems just, as we've always said, it's a farmers' league because it's always just Real Madrid or bloody Barcelona at the top two. And we
mm.
wonder bloody why, because both of them are bloody cheating.
Yeah, allegedly, legally, we have
Allegedly,
to say allegedly.
allegedly. Other teams are
Yeah,
available.
yeah, yeah. It's a crazy story. And I really hope that like similar to obviously the Man City thing here in England.
Yeah,
I really hope that the hammer gets dropped heavy on them. But as with all of these things, it's going to take a long time. Probably some court cases and some
it'll be
investigations. So
years.
we'll see. But definitely, although yeah, as you said, not domestic rivals, definitely worth mentioning
Oh,
because it is a
definitely.
crazy story.
It's
In
crazy.
other crazy news, last night Man City beat RB Leipzig 7-0, and Haaland scored 5 goals.
In
Obviously, we
the
said that earlier
Champions League,
in the
people.
Champions League game. I know,
Seven
absolutely crazy.
bloody
I saw a
nil.
clip of him getting interviewed after the game, and he did say to Pep, "Why couldn't you keep me on so I could get my double hat trick? It would have been nice."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there's a little rumor going around because Messi's got the record for that, which is 6-0, which is
yeah,
6 goals to a single person in a Champions
yeah.
League game. And people were saying, oh, Pep just took him off to protect Messi's record, which, you know what? Haaland wasn't playing bad. Let's be
No,
honest. So why
no, of
would you
course not.
take him off?
Yeah, I
It
don't
makes
know.
no
Literally,
sense. That's the
I
only
feel like
thing
he
I
could have
can
got
think.
7 goals.
That's the only thing I can think of is for him to
Yeah,
protect Messi's record, which I think is, I mean, it's weird, but but
yeah. It's
like
weird.
it's just like it's gonna get beaten at some point. Why not Haaland? Like
Yeah, I
it
know,
makes
literally.
no sense.
Worth saying, he has 30 Champions League goals in 25 games, and he's only 22, by the way. Just so everyone knows, he's only
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
22.
yeah.
So Like a lot of
Tw-
people were
tw-
upset when he came to the league because it was like,
22.
oh no, I know, it was like, oh no, it's another great player we have to like get battered by.
Oh, he's
But do you know what? I
outrageous,
love it.
man.
Like a monster like
We'll
that.
never
I
see this
love to
again.
have him in the league. No, exactly. Like it's
Never
so
ever see this
crazy and
again. Like
weird.
this is a once in a
Um,
lifetime thing, and we're seeing it live, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know we get to enjoy
Yeah,
it and watch
and
it through.
you
So
know
just
what?
enjoy it.
He is Man City's top goal scorer ever
Yeah, I saw that.
in his
Yeah,
first
in the
year,
season.
and it's only March, and we
I
had a
know.
World Cup, so we haven't
Yeah,
even played all the games. There's like 10 games left of the Prem,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
some more somewhere else, but like
yeah.
39,
38, 30,
39 he's on now. So
39.
38 was the thing. That was his
Yeah.
fourth goal. And then his fifth goal put him up to 39. The greatest goal scorer Man City's ever seen in his first
Um,
season.
I'm not a City fan, so I don't know if there's someone better.
Probably not.
Maybe
Aguero.
Aguero,
Yeah,
but
that's all I could
was he
think.
even? But clearly, if Haaland has broken that record, that does technically make him the best goal scorer they've ever had in a single
It
season.
is.
So
It is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's hard to argue.
Already. And
Let's move on from Haaland and
yeah.
his massive body and his massive whatever.
Oh,
Arsenal. Yeah,
Besos.
Arsenal went on to beat Fulham 3-0.
did,
Literally
yeah.
slapped them up in the first half.
Unfortunately.
They're looking good again.
Yeah.
It looks more and more likely they're
Are
going to
they
win the league.
back?
It makes me sick.
Are they back
Makes me
after the
sick.
Are they back after the shady stint they had?
They looked really good.
Yeah.
So I think they probably are back in a really good spot.
Bastards.
And Jesus came on in that game as well. So
Yeah.
I think they're back and looking back to their best. And yeah, again, I'm hoping for a disaster at some point, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's going to happen. But we have to keep an eye out for that. United drew 0-0 with bottom of the league Southampton.
Yeah. Not
we
as
laughed.
bad.
We got beaten by Southampton.
Not as bad as being beat by them, but to get beat 7-0 against Liverpool and then the following week get a draw with Southampton, who's bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Are they still
Yeah.
managerless? I don't know. Are they?
No,
No,
the
they got
guy who
someone?
stepped in, their caretaker, was made like a
A
full
proper one.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, bottom of the league Southampton and Man United draw.
Crazy.
We love all that.
Yeah,
So
this season's been crazy.
you know.
And Casemiro got sent off again,
Yeah,
by the way.
again,
His
again.
second red card
Yeah.
this season, which means he actually misses 4 games
Yeah.
from the red card suspension. And another weird stat is that he'd never been sent off before in
I
his
was
career
just gonna
before he
say
came to
that.
the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's had 2 red cards in the same season. So
Yeah.
he's never had a straight red ever anywhere. And
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden he plays for Man United. And
He's getting sent off left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Poor
Wonder
bastard.
why.
No, I know. So that's 7 games of the season he's going to miss through suspension,
That's
red card suspension.
mental.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Shall we move on to the football news that shook the industry?
Yes.
Well, a little bit. So obviously, if you're not from Britain, you won't really know what's going on with our legislations and stuff. There was
Yeah.
a British foreign policy update. It sounded very loosely worded. Let's put it that way. It was very weird. I did listen to it myself, and Lineker, Gary Lineker, who obviously famous for Match of the Day for over 20 years now. Is it over 20 years?
Feels like
So
it.
I think it's something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
The absolute voice for the weekend of football.
Yeah, definitely.
And he basically tweeted out. He does a lot of tweets, let's be honest, but he's put out his little opinion on Match of the Day on Twitter, and because he had an opinion on the British foreign policy, Match of the Day dropped him immediately, which obviously stirred the pot with a lot of people in the industry, and you saw a lot of people dropping out. So a lot of other presenters, even the football, the PFL, which is the Professional Footballers League or something, which is the union for our professional footballers over here, said that they will stand with any player and not ask for them to give a BBC interview, which obviously is nuts because that's never happened ever.
Yeah.
And everybody dropped out, even Wright not appearing on the show. Solidarity, and a lot of people saying if you fire him and not just suspended, if you fire him, we're going as well. So
Yeah.
Bo, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, a crazy story. I am well, I mean, first thing first, fuck the Tories. The the legislation that they introduced is barbaric and
It's
inhumane,
ridiculous.
and this victimization of like desperate people who are just trying to find a better life is totally gross. So and I totally agree with Lineker's stance,
Same. I do as well.
and what he believes in.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
think maybe more people than the BBC expected.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, so he tweeted that, and it's worth mentioning as well. By the way, he's been tweeting stuff like this for years.
Yeah.
This isn't like a brand
Oh
new thing.
no.
So yeah, obviously, so he tweets that. I hear that apparently a lot of Tory MPs got upset that like that tweet went so kind of like viral,
Yeah.
and pressured the kind of heads of the BBC to pressure Lineker basically just telling him to retract that
Yeah.
statement.
Which he didn't. He
And
doubled down on.
yeah, and good for him. And it's worth mentioning as well that a lot of the heads of the BBC do have like direct links and ties with the Tory party.
Links, yeah.
So you look into that more if you're interested, but that's not a lie, that's a fact.
Yep.
So yeah, obviously, so they pressured him and said, if you don't take down that statement or what you said, then you can't be on the show. And he was like, all right, I won't be on the show. So then yeah, Ian Wright said, oh, well, I'm not going to be on the show. Alan Shearer did it.
Yep.
5 Live said we're not, like nobody else on 5 Live
Yep.
did their shows. Commentators didn't do any of their work either. So it was actually a really great show of support
and the women's as well. The women's. I can't remember what the actual show's called, but they didn't turn up either. So that got cancelled altogether. That did.
Yeah. So literally no one turned up. Football Focus got replaced by Bargain Hunt. And actually, funny enough, as somebody who does a bit of work with the BBC here in the county that I'm in Gloucestershire, the game Bristol Rovers against Forest Green Rovers was this weekend, or the weekend just gone.
We've just done Rival Watch, mate. All right.
No, these guys aren't our rivals. Trust me. Both teams actually said before the game that they won't talk to the BBC in solidarity with the Gary Lineker situation.
So you had an easy job.
So basically, yeah, we had no interviews. We could use their interviews. Like the show was quite quiet. We may do, but it was a bit crazy. So something that's definitely worth talking about. And I'd like to say that the thing that we should be more focusing on is it's the bill, it's the legislation.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Yeah, the main story is not Lineker, and it feels a bit like that it's been used to kind of cover up the actual problem.
It bloody was, and a lot of people clocked onto that as well and called out the news outlets and saying, You're blowing this out of proportion more than the bloody foreign policy, which should have been the top of the news thing anyway. But no, it's a bloody celebrity's tweet about it.
Exactly. Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's
it's turned into
mental.
like this crazy,
It's like I'm just watching fucking Love Island or something. Like it's ridiculous, and it shouldn't have been blown out of proportion as much as it did at all. And it's like when you're watching like News at 6 or News at 10 or whatever, the first thing I want to see is the foreign policy and what's going on, like how it's being treated and the reception to it overall, not from bloody one person. Like to put that at the top of the news is nuts.
Well, it does go to show the kind of state, unfortunately, the kind of poor state that our news media is in. And this is the kind of stories they lap up. And they don't actually like to put proper pressure and
of course they don't
on these like major policy stories.
Journalism's dead.
Unfortunately, I mean, as somebody who wants to get into journalism, I'm not going to say that, but certainly there is a large contingent of the kind of journalism field that you have to remember. Most of the people who write, who are like top like political editors in a lot of the newspapers and media companies are all from private schools. They are from the same backgrounds that the politicians are from, so you can see why.
And they're all about
a lot of the politicians get an easy ride. As we said, it's a shame that this whole media circus overtook the actual important story. If like the important story is something of interest to you, email your MP and have a go at them.
Do it.
It won't make a difference, unfortunately, but it's something you can try and something you can do, and hopefully we can see a proper, a more governmental impact, a response, and not a media
definitely,
one. Also, by the way, before we like finish the show, did you see Match of the Day obviously went out this week, but it actually wasn't called that. It was a 20-minute
mate,
highlight.
It was so
package.
bad. Like people,
I didn't actually watch it.
People,
I didn't watch it because I was busy. But
I've read about it. I didn't watch it myself, but
okay,
it was so bad because people literally said that it was silent for one because BBC has
no commentators.
No, they're not allowed the commentary from the actual game. They're not allowed it. So it was literally nothing. It was literally you're watching highlights of football, no crowd noise, no commentators, no cheering, no booing.
Yeah.
Just no background music.
That is surreal.
Why wouldn't you put a little bit of copyright-free background music in the back or something? You know what I mean?
True.
Or something like, you know, absolutely nothing, just silence, and it was just like it was like I don't know, Chelsea 3, Leicester 1.
Oh,
that's
man,
it.
That's
so
it.
Weird. Showed the goals, moved on. 20 minutes. 20.
That's so weird.
A lot of people, I say a lot of people, I've seen around saying they actually might prefer it like that because it was just no nonsense. Got into it, and I was like,
do you know what?
No,
that's so bullshit.
I'm there for the commentators, man, because they make it. They make the conversation, you know, same as we're doing here. So
yeah, honestly, like just at that point, you're like, let's just take all the fun out of football and just look at the people who let's just look at the actual like mechanics of someone kicking a ball because that's the fun. No, the fun is the chatting about it afterwards.
It's the gossip.
You know what I mean? It's the emotion. Yeah, like it's the reaction. It's like how we feel and and so many of like the like random Tory MPs tweeting, I actually really quite like the show this week. I thought it was much better. It's like, bruv, you don't give a fuck about football.
No.
And you don't give a fuck about watching Match of the Day. So don't bullshit me and try and pretend now you like football and watch the show every week and this is the best show ever.
Know what? It was like
it's just such bullshit.
It reminded me when COVID was about and there was no crowds or anything. So it's just silence. And you could hear even like the players shouting at each other and stuff like that. Proper dead strange. But this was literally on mute. I can't get over it. It's so bad.
Well, what I do know is that they have patched things up and that Lineker will be back in this weekend. So I imagine everyone else will be back too. So no more weird, strange highlight shows for us anymore.
No.
And also good on Lineker, by the way, for not backing down.
No,
and he still hasn't made a public apology. So
and they're updating their policies with the regards to social media outputs by their presenters on public affairs or whatever stuff like that. Anyway, moving on, we've got Everton this weekend.
Yes.
At home at 5:30 on Saturday, so you can actually watch it. So that's nice. What thoughts? Do you reckon we're going to smash them?
I don't reckon we're going to smash them because Sean Dyche makes me nervous and his kind of setup. Everton are pretty bad, though. They are pretty bad, and they, in theory, shouldn't have a chance. But I just think, like, for these clubs who are at the bottom, who are, like, scrapping for a win, you know, we saw them get the win over Arsenal in Sean Dyche's first game, and they're the best team in the league at the moment. So I think it's going to be a really tough game. But I do think that we are generally a bit more positive and confident.
Yeah.
So I still think we can get a win. I feel like we might get like a 2-1.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah, I'm going to put down 2-1.
I'm going to go out there and say 4-0.
Oh, swear down.
I'm saying 4-0 to the Blues.
Yeah.
Sorry, to Chelsea because we're both blue.
Yeah.
But I think 4-0, and I don't know why. It's just when you get that little number in your head, and I think
it just feels right.
I think we've won 1-0 at Leeds, 2-0 at Borussia Dortmund, 3-1, maybe 4-0 now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and it's our fourth win.
Oh yeah, okay. So all right.
So
makes sense now,
I don't know.
No, definitely.
You never know. I just think we've got that confidence.
It's up to
now.
the gods.
I think we've got that confidence, man. And saying that, it's up to the gods. The gods that we're referring is Kante. So
yeah, it's up to him. If he plays, he'll win us the game. Score 4 goals on his own.
I wouldn't even put it past him, honestly. So that's it for the Pride this week. We hope that you have enjoyed. Please subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Leave us a review if you want. Little 1-star review. I'll take it. You know. Thank you for listening. And you know, we've had a good chat here. Obviously, everything is our opinions, so like, you know, don't take it as gospel. We've gone over a few touchy subjects this one. But you know what? We've had fun doing it, and it's just nice to get it off your chest, sort of thing.
Yeah, and as Tenacious D would say, we are but men.
We are but men. Rock.
Thanks for listening to The Pride. If you enjoyed what you heard, feel free to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and maybe drop a like or follow on our YouTube, Twitter, TikTok and Instagram pages. And as always, up the Chels!